Hello, I'm Kathy Knaasz, and I'd like to welcome you to part two of Education Nation, The Six Leading Edges of Innovation by Milton Chen, and we are going to cover edges 3 and 4. Let me get this into present mode. What I've noticed is that where I'm placing my little face on the screen here does not necessarily line up in the recording, so I will apologize because I try to place it so that you can see me and see what's on the screen, but it doesn't necessarily line up. So who knows? I could be right over the technology words here and not know it. Placing myself at the bottom of the 3. Technology edge. So again, these edges are not mutually exclusive. We would like to think about them separately to stimulate ideas in a focused area. And this one is about what can technology and online resources bring to our learning. So if we put these modern tools into our learners' hands, how does that enhance their learning? So a couple examples are on the screen. Your learning management system that you're using, whether it be, this is an example of Moodle, Google Classroom, Thinkific is a great one that I've seen used for corporate training. So there's a lot of tools embedded in with those learning management systems that can be leveraged. YouTube, creating playlists, curating those playlists, whether it be music or actual videos that learners can watch in order to then understand better and round out their learning. Coursera, I've been on Coursera from the beginning, and boy, have they improved. That's one of the massive open online course providers. I look at how they teach, I look at their online forums and the technology embedded in that. And then, we mentioned in the curriculum edge 2, about embedding industry certifications. Well, along with those certifications come a lot of great online tools that students can use. Even if you were not using the certification in your curriculum, you can actually leverage those tools. One that I use when I teach marketing is called Primer. So it's an app. There's lots of apps out there that I know you're using and learning. So can you be standing in line somewhere and pull up the Primer app and learn about the marketing concept, right? So little Primer venues, but having technology in the hands of the learners. So the next edge is edge 4. I'm trying to move me up here to makes a difference. But the world is our classroom, sort of redefining what a classroom is. Learning beyond the bell is another one. Flipping the classroom, service learning, doing service learning projects, learning through augmented reality, virtual reality. So using all of these to break away from the tyranny of time. Oh, thank you, Mr. Carnegie, for giving us the Carnegie unit where time sort of measured learning. We can now go beyond that. We have a lot of soft space, unstructured environments that we can use and bring structured learning into those spaces. Some great examples from the past are things like field trips, right? You're breaking that time-place edge that, learning only happens in this space, and leveraging when they're outside of that space. So field trips, passion projects over break. So tell students, pick a topic of your interest, do it over break, or you're going on a trip. Did you research the country? So really, again, breaking that tyranny of time, and that learning can only happen in a specific place. You can have learning happening anytime, anywhere. So I like to give the example of GroupMe because, we have so many, digital distractions these days that sometimes when teaching in a higher education classroom, students are on their phones. And I took this from corporate training. They would actually set up a GroupMe and sort of send a crisis out to the class or something that needed to be responded to, for a management class, and leverage that outside of the classroom time to have students react and apply some of the management principles. So you can do that through setting up GroupMe because it works on both iOS and Android devices. And then anytime, anywhere. So what we're doing now is Zoom, but this was an example of students on a snow day. They still had their team meeting. They used House Party, and then they posted it on LinkedIn to show that they had their meeting. I guess it's the new meeting minutes, right? So there's just some great examples of how we can expand our learning to happen anytime, anywhere. So what I'd like you to reflect on this time as you think about your innovation plan, we talked last time about things for Edge 1 and 2 that you're already doing, this time I'd like you to think about what are some new things that you learned either through reading the book, through reading subsequent articles, or from watching this lecture. What are some of the new things on Edge 3, technology, and Edge 4, time, place, edge, that you can bring into your organization? So have a think about that. Catch you next time.